Explore West Virginia like never before. Mysteries of the Mountain State. Paranormal West Virginia uncovers haunted histories, cryptid sightings, ghostly encounters, and unexplained phenomena across the Mountain State. From the Greenbrier Ghost to the Seneca Rocks Phantom, each episode brings true stories, eyewitness accounts, and historical context to life. Whether you're fascinated by paranormal investigations, cryptids, UFOs, or haunted locations, this podcast delivers spine-chilling mysteries backed by research. Discover the legends, the evidence, and the eerie experiences that have shaped West Virginia's paranormal reputation. Listen if you dare, and join a community of explorers who seek the unexplained in the hills, forests, and hollows of the Mountain State. Episode 6, Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, Echoes Inside the Stone Walls. Welcome back to Mysteries of the Mountain State. Today we enter one of the most imposing structures in the entire Appalachian region. A building so massive and so intricate that it took more than 20 years to complete. A fortress of stone and shadow. This is the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in Weston, West Virginia. Designed to heal, overloaded until it broke, and now considered one of the most active paranormal sites in the United States. We will follow the asylum from its Civil War beginnings to its modern reputation as a place where voices whisper through the halls and shadows seem to move with intention. Construction began in 1858. The structure was designed according to the Kirkbride Plan, an architectural approach meant to promote healing through fresh air, natural light, and orderly symmetry. It was meant to house 250 patients. It would eventually hold more than 2,400. During the Civil War, the unfinished building was seized and used as a military post by Union troops. After the war, it finally opened its doors to patients in 1864. Early records show a compassionate attempt to understand mental illness using the limited medical knowledge of the era. Doctors prescribed outdoor time, clean environments, structured routines, and separation from the stress of industrial life. But the dream of healing quickly collided with the reality of overcrowding. By the early 20th century, the asylum was beyond capacity. Patients slept in hallways. Many went without proper medical care. Others were subjected to procedures that today would be considered brutal. Reports from the 1930s to 1950s document physical restraints, electroshock therapy, and ice water baths. Some patients were kept in isolation rooms for days at a time. Hospital staff recorded incidents of violence between patients due to lack of supervision and space. The asylum developed a reputation for chaos. Escape attempts increased. Attacks on staff became more frequent. By the 1980s, the conditions were considered unacceptable. In 1994, the state shut the asylum down permanently. The building fell silent, at least according to the official record. Once the asylum closed, something unexpected happened. People began reporting encounters on the empty grounds. Visitors claimed to hear footsteps, whispers, and sudden cries from behind locked doors. When the property opened for controlled tours and paranormal investigations, the activity intensified. Investigators from across the country documented consistent patterns of phenomena on all floors of the structure. The Civil War wing. In the older sections once used by Union soldiers, people report the smell of burning wood, the sound of boots on the floorboards, and full-bodied apparitions in outdated military uniforms. These sightings occur most often near the original entrance and the solitary confinement cells. The fourth floor shadows. The fourth floor is known for dark, fast-moving figures that dart across hallways. Multiple teams describe these shadows as tall and human-shaped, with one figure known as the Creeper climbing walls or ceilings before disappearing. The children's ward. Small toys placed on the floor move without explanation. Visitors hear giggling. Tour guides describe moments when their clothing is tugged by invisible hands. It is believed that several young patients died here during the asylum's most overcrowded years. The famous room of Lily. One of the most well-known spirits is a young girl named Lily. Records show a child died in the asylum in the late 1800s. Visitors leave toys for her on the floor. Many report seeing them roll, shift, or activate on their own. Some investigators describe gentle touches, sudden warmth, or the feeling of a child placing a hand in theirs. The violent ward. In the ward reserved for violent or severely unstable patients, Investigators report doors slamming, sudden drops in temperature, and deep growling sounds captured on recorders. People often refuse to stay in this wing alone. What makes this location unique is not just the paranormal activity. It is the atmosphere created by its scale and history. The building stretches nearly a quarter-mile from end to end. Every hallway looks identical. Every corridor echoes back your footsteps. Every room carries the stories of those who lived and died within it. Some believe the structure's design intensifies residual energy. Others argue that the emotional trauma of more than a century of suffering imprinted itself on the walls. Professional investigators who visit the asylum consistently describe a heavy pressure in the air. Many say the building feels alive, reacting to the presence of newcomers, shifting its energy from one wing to another. The asylum has become one of the most studied paranormal locations in the country. Over the years, teams have documented clear EVP recordings of voices responding to questions, photographs showing apparitions standing behind investigators, consistent electromagnetic fields in empty rooms, full-body shadows crossing hallways, objects moving without visible cause, repeated sightings of the same figures across decades. Some of the most compelling footage comes from the violent ward, where investigators captured a door closing with force while no one was near it. In Lily's room, toys have been documented sliding across the floor. In the Civil War wing, a full apparition was filmed walking past a doorway. Multiple teams have independently recorded the same male voice calling out, "Help me." These repeated patterns give the asylum a unique place in American paranormal research. This is not a location with a single ghost story. It is a space filled with layers of documented activity. The haunting of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum raises difficult questions. Are these spirits the echoes of former patients? Residual imprints of trauma? Psychological projections shaped by the building's architecture? Or something else entirely? Historians emphasize that thousands of people lived here. Many were not violent or unstable. Some were simply suffering from grief, depression, or conditions misunderstood at the time. Their lives mattered. Their stories matter. The paranormal experiences tied to this building offer a way to acknowledge that history. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum stands today as a reminder of a forgotten era, a monumental stone archive of hope, suffering, innovation, and loss. Whether the voices that echo through its corridors are remnants of the past or something reaching out from beyond is a question each visitor must confront for themselves. Next time on Mysteries of the Mountain State, we descend into the forests and hollows of Boone, Randolph, and Kanawha counties to track the elusive white beasts that generations of West Virginians have claimed to encounter. Join me for Episode 7, The White Things, Albino Beasts of the Appalachian Woods.